Hi, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Milligan, and we are about to start something brand new with statistics and proportion for sixth grade. And it is called Measure of Central Tendency. And we're going to use the box plot. We're going to be analyzing the Iditarod races. I just wanted to share a quick story. A couple of years ago, I went to Leadville, Colorado, and I got to do a dog sled with my daughter and my parents, and it was so much fun. And we got to learn about how the dogs train and how they really are athletes. So I'd like you to read this article to kind of get a little bit of a background of the data that we're going to be analyzing. We're going to be analyzing the race times of all of the teams. So I don't know if you have done the stream class with Mrs. Real, but this is a real race every year, and there's a junior Iditarod for young kids. So when Hannah Mahoney was 3 years old, her pet dog pulled her around the house in a sled made out of a laundry basket and a harness created from ribbons. When she was 8, she started training her dogs to pull in a real sled. She watched YouTube videos to learn how to train the pups and taught them sledding commands like whoa to stop, hike to go, and then gee, turn right, and ha, turn left. Today, Hannah's 17. She's about to compete in one of the toughest sled dog races. On February 25th, she will race in the 40th annual Junior Iditarod. Over 2 days, teens ages 14 to 17 will compete in this 150-mile race in Alaska. The race is designed to teach young mushers, or dog team drivers, how to travel long distances with their dogs. It's a stepping stone for the Iditarod Trail Sled Dog Race, the famously grueling 1,000-mile trek across Alaska. Tough Trail. On the morning of February 25th, the junior Iditarod mushers will gather at the starting line in Wasilla, Alaska. Each musher travels with a team of 8 to 10 dogs. The dogs are usually huskies that have trained for months, building strength and learning commands. The start of a dog sled race is insane. The dogs are so excited, jumping, barking, and trying to get the sled moving so that they can run, says 17-year-old Logan McCready de Bruin from the Canadian province of Ontario. Logan will compete in the junior Iditarod for the first time this year, but he's been sled dog racing since he was 8. Once the announcer starts counting down, it's just you and your dog team, he says. The adrenaline runs high for both me and the dogs. This is a map in the trail of the Iditarod and the Junior Iditarod from 2017 in Alaska. The Junior Iditarod Trail stretches over part of the main Iditarod Trail. Conditions are often icy, windy, and snowy. Ice can cause the sleds to swerve. Mushers pay close attention to the health of their dog team. If a dog is struggling, it can be dropped off at a checkpoint to recover while the rest of the team completes the race. Logan thinks that racing at night will be the biggest challenge. I'm not from Alaska, so I'm not very familiar with the trail. To run in the dark with just your headlamp will take a lot of concentration, he says. Halfway through the race, the teams take 10-hour breaks. They camp at a rest stop where the mushers cook dinner for themselves and their dogs. The mushers also hang out around a bonfire. Many mushers get only a couple hours of sleep. In the morning, they race back to where they started. The team with the dog whose nose crosses the finish line wins first. So this is a cute picture of the dogs finishing in the Junior Iditarod. This assignment relates with analyzing the Iditarod for today, for this week. Training for the win. Training for the Junior Iditarod can be just as tough as the race itself. Hannah runs and kickboxes to stay physically fit in the off-season. Since Hannah lives in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, she flew to Alaska during her summer, Thanksgiving, and winter breaks to train with the team she's leasing from racer Wade Mars, who lives in Alaska, and finished in 4th place in last year's Iditarod. Hannah trains the dogs by having them pull in her all-terrain vehicle. She also takes them out on the Iditarod Trail. It's usually beautiful and quiet. It's really amazing, says Hannah. Logan practices karate to stay in shape. Luckily for him, he can train his dogs at home. His family raises purebred Siberian Huskies. When the temperature in Ontario started to get cold in September, he began training the dogs to pull him in the sled. He started out with 2-mile trips and increased the length each week. By Christmas, the team hit 100 miles. I'm looking forward to the time out on the trail with just me and my dog, says Logan, and to accomplish a goal I've had for a long time, to compete in the Junior Iditarod. This is kind of a background info on the Native Alaskans. They traditionally used dog sleds to get around the region's snow-covered winter landscape. American settlers adopted the practice when they arrived in Alaska in the 1800s. The Iditarod Trail became the main route traveled by the mushers to deliver mail and supplies to towns and the outposts across the territory. In 1925, it was legendary that a group of sled dogs went out on a life-or-death mission. Their task was to deliver medicine to the town of Nome, where a deadly epidemic of a respiratory infection, diphtheria, had broken out. The first team to arrive was led by a dog named Balto, who had become an overnight celebrity.